So you have managed to save 5,000 cedis or dollars or whatever currency is. Well done, well done. You deserve an applause. Whether you saved it or it was an inheritance or it was a gift, whoever it is, as long as you did not steal it, you deserve an applause for thinking to invest this amount of money. It's definitely a good idea, and in this video, I'll share with you some lucrative ways you can invest this money in order to grow your wealth. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Antwiwaa and I'm a part-time YouTuber currently living in Accra, Ghana, and I'm passionate about attaining financial freedom, getting the best shape of my life, and living my dream life. And I share all of that on this channel. If it's the first time you are seeing my face, you are welcome. I hope you stick around for a long time. And if it's the second or third time you are seeing this gorgeous face, do make sure to subscribe if you haven't done that already. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 very lucrative ways you can invest your 5,000 cedis dollars, whatever currency is, in order to grow your wealth. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a very cool trick that will help you know how long it will take to double your money. So you definitely want to stick around and learn this cool trick. Also, if you haven't yet been able to save 5,000 cedis or dollars, I filmed a video on how you can invest 1,000 cedis and the type of profit or returns you can expect to get from it. And I'll leave the link to that video in the description box just in case you haven't reached the 5,000 mark yet. Or you can still watch this video and hopefully it will motivate you to be able to hit the 5,000 mark. I know you're ready to hear all the lucrative ideas that I have for you. Before we get into these lucrative ideas, you want to make sure that you've ticked all these boxes, because any wise or intelligent investor knows to do these things first before they go ahead to invest. The very first box you want to take or question you want to answer is, do you have any high interest loans or debts you need to pay off? If you have any high interest loans or debts, consider paying it first before you invest your money. Otherwise, putting all that money away into investment and still holding on to these debts whose interest rates will continue to grow over time is a waste of effort. The second question you want to answer is, do you have an emergency fund? If you have an emergency fund, well done. If you do not have an emergency fund, that is fine. You can take part of this money, put it into an emergency fund, because if your money is locked up in an investment and an emergency comes up and you need to withdraw from that investment, there may be penalties based on the type of investment you make, and you may end up losing your money as opposed to making more from that money. The third box or question you want to answer is, do you have a consistent source of income? If you do not have a consistent source of income, having all your money locked up in an investment is some flex, but it's not the smartest thing to do if you're struggling to survive. So if you do not have a source of income, use this money to generate a consistent source of income, or find ways to come up with a consistent source of income before you have all this money tied up in an investment. If you've ticked all 3 boxes and you're not lacking any of these, you can go ahead and talk about lucrative ways to invest your money. And if you're not new to this channel, you know that I've said several times that before you invest any money at all, make sure that you have a goal or an end game for that money. So what is your goal for this 5,000 cedis or dollars? Depending on your goal, you know exactly what investment is right for you or which ones are not great for you. If your goal for this money is to grow it and use it for something in the short term, say get married, or you're saving towards your rent and you want to make some profit out of that saving, I'll suggest that you stick to treasury bills, which are not the most lucrative but are pretty much the only type of investments that are profitable enough short term. For all the other ones, you may want to consider holding those investments for about 2 years minimum. Anything under 2 years may be an utter waste of your time, but don't take my word for it. Do your research and find out for yourself. But assuming you have a long-term focus or a long-term goal, that is great, and I'm going to give you some options you can choose from. Mind you, all these alternatives come at a risk, so you want to make sure that you've evaluated and you know your risk tolerance or appetite before you delve into any of these investments. Okay, let's do this. I am not a financial expert, yet I'm simply a girl that is invested in learning all I can learn about personal finance. And in these type of videos, I share the things that I've learned, things that are working for me. So I encourage you to take every advice I give in these videos with a pinch of salt and make sure that you do your own research. The very first lucrative way you can invest this money is by investing in real estate. I know that 5,000 cedis or dollars can barely buy you a plot of land, so that's not what I'm talking about. The opportunities like real estate investment trust or crowdfunding for investing in real estate, which basically means that a pool of people bring their monies together and that money is used by an expert or a firm to invest in real estate. And once the profit or the interest comes in, they split the interest based on the percentage of money you you put it. It is a very easy way to start investing in real estate when you don't have thousands or millions of dollars to put into buying a home or buying rental property. Another lucrative way you can invest in real estate with this amount of money, and I'd advise that you be very careful with this one, is renting properties or apartments to lease. If you have someone you trust who also has that amount of money to match it up, you can talk to landlords that are willing to rent out their property, acquire those properties, and use them for things like Airbnb, or rent them out for short periods of time for people who may be traveling or looking for accommodation urgently. But again, make sure that you're picking partners that are worthwhile and being very transparent with the landlords whose property you're going to be using for these things. Some of them may not be comfortable with you renting out their property in order to make money out of it without their knowing. Another form of crowdfunding opportunities you can take advantage of is Agro Investment opportunity, aka farming investment. So basically what these Agro Investment opportunities offer is the same thing. A bunch of people come together and these monies are used to fund farming projects. And at the end of the farming cycle, could be 6 months, a year, 2 years or more. It depends on the crop you're investing in. And the profit is split among the investors who put their monies into these investments. Then another thing you can consider doing is investing in a business. You could either start your own business, buy and sell, offer services with that money, or you can find a local business that is open to people invest. Make sure that you go through their books and you ensure that it is a business that has good prospects before you put your money into that. If you don't want to invest in a local business and you have the time and the knowledge and the capacity to start your own business, definitely do that. And if it excels, you can make a lot of money back in return. I have so many videos on this channel showing some business ideas that you can explore, and I'll leave the links to those videos in the description box. Then you can invest in index funds or low risk mutual funds. So these low risk mutual funds or index funds are basically put together by brokerage firms or brokers, and they usually include bonds and other securities from the exchanges, which are low risk, aka there's a very low chance of you losing your capital. Basically, that's what it means. So if you're not willing to put your money on the line, or you cannot stand losing even a few cedis or cents of your 5,000, you don't have to lose anything. You would make some money off it, not a lot of money, but you would definitely make some money long term. Then you can invest in the stock market, and there are two ways you can do that. You can either pick your own stocks, which comes with its own advantages or disadvantages, or you can indulge the services of brokers or brokerage firms to pick stocks for you for your portfolio, or you can invest in equity funds or high risk mutual funds, and brokers or brokerage firms pick a mix of stocks from various companies and invest across all these stocks. They can pick, say, Coca-Cola, Nestle, and any other top performing companies you may know. They spread your money by buying stocks from these companies, and you get whatever interest comes from that investment. The reason they do that is that buying just one particular stock, say you buy just Coca-Cola stock, and if in that financial year Coca-Cola doesn't do well, it means that you're going to lose a good amount of your money. But if they spread that investment across different stocks or different shares from different companies, and one of them is not doing well and the other is doing good, it balances out and you do not lose too much of your money. It is possible to lose your interest and even a good amount of the money you put in or your capital. So you want to make sure that it is something that you can afford to do before you go ahead and take up this investment. Yeah. Then we come to picking your own stocks. You can do that using some apps. I will leave the ones I know in the description box, but that is highly risky. You can lose all your money if you're not careful. Hopefully you've studied the market long enough or well enough to have some knowledge about it and know what to pick. But if you haven't done the research and luck is not on your side and you pick a company that is failing, I'm sorry. But the honest truth is that you don't have to do this yourself.
Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go.
If you've been paying attention, you've heard me say brokers or brokerage firms a few times in this video. So brokers or brokerage firms are basically people or firms that have studied and have market intelligence that can help you decide on which stocks to pick and which stocks they think will do well. Mind you, they've done the research, and to a good extent will lower the risk of you losing your money. And also, just so you know, the security exchange, basically where you buy stocks from, they do not take orders from people that are not authorized, but brokers and brokerage firms have acquired this certification and can place orders for these stocks or these shares from the company. I have a video that explains how brokers and brokerage firms work, why you need them, what they do for you, and some examples of brokers or brokerage firms that you can use. I'm going to link the video right here. You can tap on the video, check it out, and learn all you need to know about brokers before you invest with them. Tap on the video right here and learn everything you need to know before you delve in. Thank you for watching this one. Again, I'm going to say that I'm very proud of you for choosing to invest this money and not squander it like some other person will. It's a step in the right direction, and I hope that you do your research and follow through to invest the money. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and learned a thing or two.
Sleepless nights and headaches stack, restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab?